Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I cannot believe that May is already halfway over, and guess what? My birthday's in June. So, super duper excited that May is almost over. Well, we still have half left, but today we're going to be doing something new. We're going to be starting a little bit of a writing thing. So if you think back to when we wrote our frog tales, the Pourquoi tale, the All About Frogs, our informational essays, we're going to be doing that, but we're going to be doing it virtually. So I want you to pay attention. You're going to be doing this for the whole week. So make sure you watch the videos because the teachers are here to help you. So let's go over our learning target. Pull back that bow and arrow and shoot once. It says, I can write a paragraph to explain my opinion of access to fresh water. So we're going to go over what all that means. Today you will read the opinion article, Access to Water, and discuss the gist of the article. Then you're going to read and research the answer to the question, what is your opinion about access to fresh water? Okay. So this week, just a little overview. Each day this week, you'll be writing an opinion paragraph on a specific topic. Be sure to use the sentence starters that are there for you to make your paragraphs perfect, okay? I have down here that if you have paper at home and would like to write on paper first, that's awesome, okay? Do that. I have to write with my hand first, and then I put it into the computer. So then it says, but then to practice typing, you will type your paragraph to your teacher. So if you have paper and you want to write on the paper first and then transfer what you wrote to the computer, that's perfectly okay. So let's look here. We're going to be looking at a model first of an opinion essay. So someone else has written this, and it is their opinion of access to water. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about what is an opinion while I read to you someone's opinion on access to water. Okay, it says clean, safe water for everyone. Did you know that on average, each person in North America uses 550 liters of water every day? But in other parts of the world, people use only 140, 70, or even as little as 10 liters of water a day. Millions of people do not have access to enough fresh water. We must act now to make sure that everyone has the water they need. Access to water affects people around the world, and luckily, this is one problem we can solve. Access to water affects people worldwide. Water is not spread out evenly on Earth. Some parts of our planet have lots of water, and some parts do not. This is because of things like differences in rainfall. So people living in these parts of the world do not have access to enough water. Farmers do not have enough water to grow their crops, so food has become scarce. Many people can get water in their homes from a tap, but 1 billion people have to walk at least 15 minutes to get their fresh water for the day. Then they have to walk home carrying heavy jugs of water for themselves and their families. They do this each day just to have enough water for drinking, cooking, and cleaning. Unfortunately, some families do not have enough water for those simple needs. For others, the water they are able to collect is dirty and will make themselves and their families sick. This problem must be solved because water is the most basic need for all people on Earth. Luckily, this is a problem we can do something about. You can be a part of the solution. For example, you can help organizations that work to make water more accessible. Organizations like Ryan's Well Foundation raise money to build wells in parts of the world where people don't have enough water. You can help organizations like this one by raising money, or you can volunteer to help teach others their message. The more people know about this problem, the more they can help to conserve and protect water so that everyone has enough. Raising money and making people aware of the problem can make a big difference. The best news is that if we try, we can help more people get the water they need. Won't you join us in working to make sure everyone has access to clean and safe water? So, what I'm gathering from this author, the person who wrote this story, this text, is that they are arguing and wanting everyone in the entire world to have access to water and fresh water at that. So they want people to help other people and other organizations in order to get people the fresh water that they need. So let's look. What are your thoughts about this? Okay. What do you think about this problem that we now know about? So it says, what opinion do you have on access to fresh water? So here I have what an opinion is. An opinion tells your thoughts and feelings or point of view about a topic. So our point of view comes together by telling what we think about a subject and how we feel about it. Okay, so I have an example here. It says, my opinion about bananas is. Now, my opinion about bananas is I do not like them. I wish I did, but I hate the taste and the way they're squishy and the way they feel. But Miss Austin, she loves bananas. So her opinion about bananas is very different than my opinion, okay? My opinion is I love them. I hate them. And Miss Austin's opinion is that she loves them. So I have one more example. I think that homework is, okay? Now, I think homework is very important and it gives you extra practice at night at home on your own or with the help of your parents. But your opinion may be different than mine on our subject of homework. So what's your opinion about homework? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You don't want to do it, but you do it anyways. What's your opinion about homework? All right, so today we're going to be telling what our opinion is on access to fresh water. So here's our thinking points. What are your thoughts about people being able to access fresh water? How do you feel about it? And what is your point of view now that we've read all these texts about it? So this chart is going to help us in creating our paragraph today. So it says, what is your opinion to access on fresh water? You're going to put your thoughts here, and then the title of the text, you got your information that you learned, okay? So we're going to have some facts learned in this column, the title of the text that these facts came from, and then what you thought about what you learned, okay? All right, so I have here, let's gather some information. We're going to revisit those places, those texts about our access to fresh water. So I'm going back to these two texts today, and we're going to read. Here we go. Access to fresh water. It is a desperately worrying statistic that nearly 1 billion people in the world lack clean, healthy drinking water. Residents in the UK can turn on a tap and access safe drinking water whenever they like, but the situation is very different for the people of Africa. Every day, millions of people in Africa, usually women and girls, walk miles to have access to any water at all. The length of time it takes to collect the little water they can get means that they do not have time to do anything else during the day. Children do not get the chance to have an education simply because they are too busy collecting water. To make matters worse, the only water they have access to is from streams and ponds. The water is usually full of diseases and makes themselves and their families very sick. Adults face the decision on a daily basis between dehydration and sickness from the water they drink. Even worse, they have to face the decision for their children. So be thinking, How do you feel about everything that this article just said? As well as this one. Here we go. Growing up in the Angolan village of Mumbai, 1 hour north of the capital, Luanda, Fatima had to spend up to 4 hours each day collecting water from the river. It was a dangerous trek. One year, 7 of Fatima's friends were attacked by crocodiles. But the girls carried a much bigger danger back with them to the village. The water was polluted and spread disease. As a result, when Fatima found herself was not sick, she had to spend many hours each week caring for sick brothers and sisters, and when she grew older, for her own sick children. What do you think about this, and how do you feel about it? Hopefully this is pulling on some of your heartstrings. All right, so how to write an opinion paragraph. When we are writing an opinion paragraph, there are 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 red parts and 2 blue parts, okay? So our first part is an introduction sentence. And that just means that you're going to state your opinion and why you think, what your opinion is, okay? Then we need 2 details. Both of your blue sentences are going to be 1 detail, detail 2, okay? A detail from the text that makes you think what you said up here, okay? Then our conclusion is easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? Your conclusion, all you have to do is restate your opinion and why you think that. So you're basically just copying the red from above that you already typed out or already wrote out, okay? So we're gonna do some practice. So what is your opinion on access to fresh water? Now, I'm not going to tell you my opinion because I want to hear yours first. Tomorrow, Miss McSherry is going to tell you her opinion on access to fresh water, and y'all will go over the chart with her tomorrow. So here we can say, I think that, okay, what do you think about access to fresh water? Now, I need you to go back into our text. So let's do access to fresh water first. The title of the text that I'm going to gather one fact from is access to fresh water. Okay? And then one thing that you learned. You need to write one thing you learned from access to fresh water. Oops. And then one thing you learned from Fatima's text. Let's go back to what that one was called. Real lives. We'll just do that for short because I'm running out of time, guys. Real lives. Okay? So one thing you learned from access to fresh water and one thing you learned from real lives. Remember, these are facts. Okay? All right. Once you have that completed, you are going to go to Tuesday's page and click on your assignment. Here in your assignment, I have put both of the text here for you to reread and gather your facts from, okay? And then I also have given you some sentence starters. So you can either copy and paste these sentence starters and then type where the dots are, or you can just retype them, okay? So my opinion about access to fresh water is, tell me what you think, what you think about it and how you feel about it. One reason I think this is because, and tell one of the facts you learned, okay? Then you can even say, in the text it says. Another reason I think this is because, blah, 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 blah. In the text it says, blah, blah, blah. As you can see, I think access to fresh water is, tell exactly what you said up here, because blah, blah, blah. And then you're done. You'll click submit and then you'll hear back from your teacher on how well you did. So if you have any questions, contact me or your teacher, or you can come to office hours from 9 to 10. See you later.